If you're struggling with poor circulation, you've likely experimented with numerous supplements, often without success. The supplement market is saturated with ineffective products. The truth is, your body primarily requires 3 specific, potent ingredients to help open up those constricted blood vessels, the very ones your legs are craving support for. Stop wasting money on general multivitamin formulas, as they typically lack sufficient quantities of what you truly need for vascular health. Those inexpensive, low-dose capsules might as well be thrown away. Today, I'm cutting through the confusion and sharing the only 3 vitamins that can significantly improve your leg circulation. I'll provide the precise form and dosage that has been shown to be effective. And be sure to stay tuned, because the 3rd vitamin is a game changer, but only if taken at a very specific time of day. Miss this important detail, and it simply won't work. Vitamin number 1, niacin, also known as vitamin B3, the cleanup crew. Let's begin with the foundation, your internal scrubbing brush. This is vitamin number 1, and I refer to it as the cleanup crew because it's designed to address the 2 major issues associated with sluggish circulation: constricted blood vessels and thickened blood. When blood vessels narrow and your blood becomes thicker, everything slows down. Your feet become cold, your legs feel heavy, and you might wonder why your circulation feels more like a trickle than a flowing river. Niacin directly addresses these issues. It's a core essential, and the specific form you choose is very important. The essential form and dosage. The key compound here is niacin, which is vitamin B3. Forget the small amounts found in standard multivitamins. They are typically insufficient for this purpose. You need a therapeutic dose. The effective form, flushing-type niacin. You should look for the flushing form of niacin, also known as nicotinic acid. This is where the benefits and the temporary discomfort occur. The flush is an indication that the compound is working, rapidly and powerfully opening up the tiny capillaries and blood vessels in your skin. Avoid non-flushing versions, such as inositol hexanicotinate. These are popular because they eliminate the flush, but for the purpose of significantly improving circulation and lipid balance, they simply do not deliver the same potent, immediate widening effect. If you desire significant results, you have to accept the flush. The required dosage. You must start slowly. A powerful compound like this requires respect. Begin with a low dose of 250 milligrams taken once daily with a meal. This helps to lessen the initial flushing sensation. After 2 weeks, if you are tolerating the flush well, meaning you don't mind a little temporary skin flushing, you can safely increase the dose to 500 milligrams once a day. This is often the optimal circulation boosting dose for many people. Crucially, never increase the dose without consulting your physician, especially if you have liver concerns or are taking other medications. Managing the flush. The flush is a feeling of warmth, redness, and sometimes itching, typically across the face, neck, and chest. It usually lasts for 15 to 30 minutes. Tip: taking a non-aspirin anti-inflammatory about 30 minutes before your niacin dose can sometimes minimize the intensity of the flush. However, consistency is the best way to train your body to tolerate it. Within a few weeks, the flush usually subsides significantly. The mechanism: widening the arteries. Why does this vitamin have such a powerful effect on poor circulation? Niacin works through a dual mechanism that directly benefits blood flow. First, it acts as a natural vasodilator. This means it helps to widen the blood vessels. Niacin stands out as one of the most effective natural substances for promoting vasodilation, the technical term for this widening effect. When you ingest the flushing form of niacin, it prompts a temporary release of signaling molecules, instructing the muscular walls of your arteries and arterioles to relax. Picture this: driving on a 4-lane highway versus a narrow 2-lane country road. Vasodilation essentially transforms that 2-lane road into a spacious 4-lane highway, enabling the same volume of blood to circulate much more rapidly and with reduced pressure. This is particularly vital for ensuring adequate blood supply to the extremities, such as cold hands and feet. Second, niacin helps address sticky blood. Beyond simply widening the vessels, it also influences the texture of your blood itself. Niacin is well regarded for its positive impact on the thickness and stickiness of blood. By reducing blood viscosity, it flows more effortlessly through those newly dilated vessels, lessening the resistance the heart has to pump against. Less stickiness translates to smoother flow. This is crucial for alleviating the heavy, sluggish sensation often associated with poor circulation in the legs. In summary, niacin, or vitamin B3, acts as an internal cleanup crew. It effectively widens the blood vessels and promotes easier blood flow. Remember to use the flushing form and adhere to a dosage of 250 mg to 500 mg. However, even wide and clean pipes can stiffen and lose their elasticity over time. This brings us to our next circulation game changer, vitamin K2 MK7, the flexibility fixer. Imagine a brand new rubber hose. It's flexible, bends easily, and withstands pressure changes without any issues. Now, picture an old, brittle plastic pipe. It's rigid, cracks under stress, and barely allows water to pass through. Over time, due to dietary factors and aging, your blood vessels can transform into that brittle plastic pipe. This rigidity poses a significant threat to healthy circulation. Vitamin K2 actively works to restore youthful, healthy flexibility to your blood vessels. When it comes to K2, the specific number following the K is crucial. You cannot substitute K1 for K2. The effective form is K2, specifically menaquinone 7, or MK7. Ensure that you find supplements labeled as vitamin K2, MK7. While K1, abundant in green leafy vegetables, is beneficial for blood clotting, K2 possesses the unique ability to target soft tissues and vessel walls. The MK7 form is particularly advantageous due to its long half-life, meaning it remains active in your bloodstream for an extended period, allowing it to continuously perform its function throughout the day. The recommended dosage for maximizing this vessel-protecting effect ranges from 100 micrograms mcg to 300 micrograms mcg per day. Please note the distinction between micrograms, milligrams, and milligrams. This is a very small yet incredibly potent dose. Always carefully examine the label to confirm that you are obtaining the MK7 form within this dosage range. K2 is naturally present in fermented foods, notably the traditional Japanese food natto, which is made from fermented soybeans. If you find natto unpalatable, as many do, supplementation offers the most reliable means of achieving the therapeutic dose. As K2 is a fat-soluble vitamin, it is best absorbed when taken with a meal that includes some healthy fats. The mechanism: calcium traffic cop. Now, here's the most fascinating aspect of vitamin K2's mechanism. It functions as the body's ultimate calcium regulator. The problem we're addressing is soft tissue calcification. Your body requires calcium, but its benefits are realized only when it's properly situated within your bones and teeth. Modern dietary habits, and often the natural aging process, can lead to calcium accumulating in soft tissues, including the delicate walls of your arteries. When calcium builds up in these areas, it's akin to solidifying those arteries, creating hardening, stiffness, and reduced flexibility. This condition, known as arterial stiffness, is detrimental to circulation and overall health. The K2 solution lies in activating matrix GLA protein, or MGP. Vitamin K2's primary role is to activate this crucial protein. Think of MGP as tiny biological vacuum cleaners. When K2 activates MGP, these vacuums are released into the bloodstream. They actively seek out the rogue calcium deposits that have accumulated in your artery walls, bind to them, and effectively remove them from the soft tissue. Once this calcium is cleared from the arteries, it is then redirected back into the bone tissue. The result is that your arteries become softer, more flexible, and more responsive to the demands of your heart. This improved flexibility translates to better pressure regulation and, most importantly, improved blood flow to your legs. In summary, vitamin K2, specifically the MK7 form, is the flexibility fixer. It maintains the softness, suppleness, and health of your blood vessels by removing hardening calcium deposits. A daily intake of 100 to 300 micrograms of the long-lasting MK7 form, taken with food, is recommended. So, we've cleared the pipes and restored their flexibility. Now, for the final piece, a powerful signal to keep them open and functioning at peak performance. This leads us to the opening signal, vitamin C. We've addressed structure and flow, and now we turn to the command center. Vitamin C is an essential building block for the most powerful signaling molecule your body uses for instant blood vessel relaxation. Without adequate vitamin C, your body simply cannot produce enough of this substance to maintain open and smoothly flowing vessels. This is why I refer to it as the opening signal. And remember, timing is absolutely critical here. Everyone is familiar with vitamin C, but few realize its profound and powerful role in vascular health, extending far beyond its common use for immune support. For the higher doses required to affect circulation, standard ascorbic acid can be harsh on the stomach, potentially causing acidity and discomfort. Therefore, we recommend using a buffered vitamin C, combined with minerals like calcium or magnesium, or a liposomal vitamin C. The liposomal form is encapsulated in tiny fat bubbles, making it exceptionally well absorbed and gentle on the gut. This is truly the gold standard for high-dose vitamin C. For the required dosage, you need a meaningful amount to effectively fuel the vessel opening process. Aim for 1,000 milligrams, or 1 gram, taken once or twice daily. This higher concentration is necessary to ensure sufficient vitamin C is circulating to support the entire vascular system. Vitamin C is an absolute prerequisite for maintaining the integrity and function of the cell lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium. This lining is responsible for producing nitric oxide, or NO. Nitric oxide is the body's natural and most potent vasodilator, acting as the master relaxer. It prompts the walls of your blood vessels to relax and expand rapidly, which enhances blood flow. Vitamin C not only aids in the production of nitric oxide, but it also shields it from premature breakdown caused by elements like free radicals. It stabilizes the signal that opens the vessels, allowing it to function for a longer duration and with greater effectiveness. Consider vitamin C as the essential fuel for the engine that keeps your blood vessels open and functioning optimally. Now let's discuss a critical detail regarding timing. This is the crucial retention strategy I mentioned at the beginning. If you overlook this timing aspect, you may diminish the effectiveness of this potent vitamin. It's best to take it in the morning and early afternoon. You should take your vitamin C dose in the morning, and if you're taking a second dose, ensure it's by mid-afternoon at the very latest. Here's why. First, energy and stimulation. For some individuals, vitamin C, especially in higher doses, can produce a stimulating effect, much like a mild energy boost. Taking it too close to bedtime can